Going back to old school, man. I haven't listened to Three Doors Down in like 3 years, I'd say. I don't even, like, a lot. So I will just attest that I used to play World of Warcraft and listen to Three Doors Down constantly. So, I need to import. Why isn't it? It should be importing this. No, come on, import. Fine, I'll do it manually. Anyways, okay. I told it to when I put the disc in, but whatever. Anyways, I do want to show off my new fish. I posted some pictures on Tumblr, but YouTubers. Oh, speaking of that, I lost a subscriber. I don't know. Maybe it was my video from last night. If you can't handle me talking about my life, you might as well unsub right now, because I'm not going to be talking about video games 24/7. Okay? This is just my life. You know, my video game channel is Twilight Gaming. Okay, I will do that with video games. This is my life. I talk about makeup and other girly shit. So if you don't like it, you might as well just go away, you know? Sorry, but it's my life, and I want to document it because I like to do this, and I'll do it if I want. Anyways, rant over. Here is a beautiful goldfish named Valentine. You know, I was thinking, what if I did a series where I had like a series and I got all these facts together and clips and all this other stuff, and I did like a thing about goldfish, you know? Like I could do like Goldfish 101, and it would be like the different breeds. You know, like Dogs 101 has different breeds, like they'd have German Shepherd, then they'd be Bichon Frise, and then they, you know, they'd have the different breeds and then tell you the history. But what if I did that with goldfish? Because goldfish are really misunderstood, you know? A lot of people think they're dumb, a lot of people think they're but they really aren't. This is my fancy goldfish book I got for Christmas 2 years ago. And it really talks about the history of a lot of different goldfish. So, most goldfish, for one thing, come from China and Japan. Certain kinds come more predominantly from Japan. There's a one type of feeder that was developed in the United States, so that was the comet. I don't like calling feeders. They should be called single tails. It's just habit. By the way, you shouldn't be feeding. No, it's okay to feed live fish to other fish. It's okay. I'm not saying that. But goldfish are really, really bad food source for them because they're fatty, and especially for Oscars and other warm water tropical fish, they can develop fatty liver disease because you're feeding them a fatty fish. Goldfish are cold water fish, so they have more fat deposits. So you should not be feeding little goldfish. Now, guppies, those are good. Pretty much like minnows, those are good. But, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, this is a really hardcore thing. Like, this is about people who really raise goldfish for, like, they're talking about biopsies and stuff like that. I'm not going to pay $1,000 to get my fish biopsied. I wish I could, but I can't. And talks about the difference. So I would go over, all the different, like, types. So I would start maybe with Aranda. And Arandas come from China. Let me look. This is a surgical procedure for wen trimming. I was going to actually do that with Stendar before she died. I'm trying to find oral treatments. Keeping and collecting fancy goldfish. And here's a lot of different fish here. Oranda. Noted for its head growth and long fins, the Oranda is one of the most popular goldfish varieties in the West. This deep-bodied, large goldfish, up to 12 inches, usually has a long quadruple tail and occurs in many colors, such as orange, red and white, red and black, black, blue, and calico. Recently, the Chinese have developed the telescope Orandas, which combine the protruding eyes of the telescope variety with the Oranda's head growth. So, Orandas are probably my favorite type. I love Ranchus, though. Ranchus also have the head growth. So I will also be talking about like the head growth and all that. And then after my goldfish series is over, I will do other types of fish. I am pretty good at most types of fish, but I will admit that I'm not an expert. I'm way better at goldfish. I raise goldfish. I care about goldfish. I do everything for my fish. So, yeah. But I might consider doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I just came across a picture of the Metrodome Stadium right now, and it makes me kind of sad because that stadium was my childhood. I went there one time, and the guy, it was for a field trip for one of my daycares, and the guy was like a really awesome tour guide. He brought us everywhere, let us run on the field, and when you're like 8 years old and you're tiny, I'm not a big girl, by the way. I'm only 5'2", okay? So I'm still really small. When you're 8 years old and you're just this itty bitty speck of a person, that field is absolutely giant. I mean, football fields are not small, but they're smaller than some other sports fields. And so it's like, holy cow. And plus, I think it wasn't just a football field. I think it was also like they could make it into a baseball field or something like that. But whatever. I don't know anything about sports, so don't quote me on that. And so we also got all this memorabilia, and we got to eat like a hot dog or something like that. And then the dome was all put up by air pumps, and so the air pumps failed, which they would always do. Like they'd fail randomly, and it started to sink, and we were like, "Oh!" We were freaking out, and then they came back up, right back up. And then to push us out when we were leaving, the guy opened the door, and so this whole thing of air just pushed us all out, like video game style. And we're like, then the guys are trying to fight their way back, and so I'm trying to fight my way back. You know, it was epic. That was for KinderCare, I believe. And yes, I will tell the story about how I was shoved from daycare to daycare to daycare because all my daycares kept closing down. I was with KinderCare the most. And they had the strictest rules. But I also had the best teacher. It'd be really cool if she saw me again. But anyways, that's a story for another time. And sorry I haven't really been posting my vlogs to Tumblr as much. It's just my phone doesn't upload them as quickly as it should, and so I forget that they've even been uploaded. It used to upload even like the 10-minute long vlogs in a space of like 2 minutes, and now it uploads them in like 30. So it's really difficult to know when it's actually done. So I'm sorry. I'll try to keep up on it, but